with more of our Ask the Financial Expert segment this morning. Ken Peavy from Max Credit Union here in studio. Ken, you mentioned something that I chuckled at a little bit. People are very emotional when it comes to their finances, as they should be. And sometimes people are a little extra private about their finances. Do you find that's an issue when people come in and start working with a financial advisor the first time?
It can be. You know, one of the things I tell people is I can't help you or give advice to you unless I know the whole situation. So if you're only willing to give me a little sliver, I can really only advise you on that little sliver of your life. But I get it. You know, next to people's kids and family, their money is their second, usually biggest emotional attachment they have, because a lot of times that represents a part of your life you gave away in order to get that. So I tell people, don't be emotional about money. Set goals for yourself. Think very logical. And when you're dealing with other financial institutions, whether it's a credit card or a mortgage company, realize that they're not emotional about it. It's just dollars and cents to them, so kind of treat it like that, and usually people make better decisions that way.
Ken, you mentioned the emergency fund, and I ask you this question all the time. What is a good number? What is, let's say you have a family of four. How much money do you need in your emergency fund, maybe compared to your bachelor, you're single, you're living on your own? Does it vary?
It does. So what I tell people is people who are working versus people who are retired. And then when you're working, if you have two people income, a husband and wife, I would add up your monthly expenses, not your income, but just what your bare expenses, utilities, rent, mortgage, car payment, whatever that bare minimum is just to get you by, multiply that by 6. And that should be your target. If it's just, when you're in retirement, you should not have a lot of debt. And so you shouldn't have as much, but a good rule of thumb in retirement is to have 12 months worth of expenses, because you're no longer working. You don't have that extra income coming in other than maybe Social Security or a retirement plan, but you can't usually go out and earn a paycheck. So 6 months worth of expenses is usually a good rule of thumb for people who are still working. When you retire, kind of bump that up to 12 months.
For people who are planning to retire, maybe in the next couple of years, if they're fortunate enough, what else can they do besides contributing to a 401k or whatever plan they have?
Yeah, I'd say if you're within less than 5 years of retiring and you haven't met with a financial advisor, I would strongly do that, because there are things that you can do beforehand to kind of get yourself in a good position. You can kind of look at what's going to be paid off, what's still going to be owed when you're in retirement. Cash flow is king in retirement, so the less monthly obligations that you have in retirement, the better off you're going to be, and it's not much money you need, because you don't owe a lot of people money. So I tell people, if you're less than 5 years out, you haven't met with a financial advisor, sit down with one and just get some ideas. Let them look at your portfolio, whatever that may be. And it may just be a checking account and a savings account, and that's fine, but at least gives you a couple years to kind of make some adjustments.
What are some other misconceptions people have when they come in and they meet with a financial advisor for the first time?
You know, one thing is they think they have to be a millionaire or have all this wealth in order to meet with a financial.
I don't have enough finances to be meeting with a financial advisor.
And, you know, and I tell people, and there's a lot of truth in this, if you don't have a lot of wealth, I think you need a wealth manager even more to kind of help you manage what you have. Again, your money is a representation of your life that you gave away in order to get, so you should be a good steward of that. So sitting down with somebody who's in that business to kind of help guide you is always a good choice. But I tell people all the time that just ask questions. There's no dumb questions, there's no wrong questions. Get the conversation started, and then it might stir up a new conversation for you to have.
And you should be proud of whatever that money looks like. You're hardworking folks, you're paying your bills, you're doing the best you can. You should be proud of that, no matter what it is. But I know it can be difficult, even taking that first step, especially if it's something out of your comfort zone or something you're not used to. What do people need to do if they want to meet with you or someone with Max Credit Union?
Sure, absolutely. You can go to our website, mymax.com. At the top, it'll say Save, and click on the Wealth Management button. It has all of our contact lists. You can go to any Max branch and just say, hey, I'd like to set an appointment with a financial advisor. Or you can call our customer service number at 260-2600. Let them know what you want to do. They'll get you in contact with us.
All right. Ken Peavy from Max Credit Union, thanks so much for joining us here on Alabama Live. Always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.